Hey loves, so let's go ahead and install this lace closure wig. So I actually did a tutorial not so long ago on my channel on how I actually did this wig. So guys, I actually did this lace closure wig from scratch, and this is a middle teapot human hair. So I will put the link somewhere in the screen and you guys can go ahead and check out that video. But for now, we're going to go ahead and install this. So this is 100% human hair, and I didn't have any curling iron to curl the wig, so I actually did that with no heat. I will also do a tutorial on that, but for today we're just going to install this wig. So I've already pre-plucked it, and as you can see, I've also defined that middle part with concealer, and I've prepped it, I've combed it, and I've just prepared the wig so that when I install it I don't have any issues. The only thing that I didn't do was actually tint my lace, so I'm gonna go ahead with my foundation and go in on that lace part. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of foundation and use a brush, dab just a little bit, and then I'm going to apply that on my lace all over it. So we're actually tinting the lace, guys, and as you can see, I'm just dabbing it very lightly all over the lace. The aim is to get a seamless installation, so it actually looks like your skin. So once I was done, I'm going to go in with powder because foundation can be sticky and we don't want that to transfer over to your hair. So I'm just going to dab that over with my pressed powder, and then I'm going to go in with this Glamour hairspray, and I'm going to spray that top part just to lock that in so that there's no transfer of any makeup to the actual hair. Okay, so let's go ahead and prep my hair. All right, so I know I do look bad, guys, but we're gonna sort that out. So I'm gonna go in with my hairline gel, and I'm gonna use this only on my hairline. So I'm gonna go in with a brush, and I'm going to brush in my edges just to make it smooth and flat. Alright, so once I was done, I'm going to go in with some spray, and I'm going to put this on my finger, not directly to my skin, and I'm just going to go over my hairline just where I put the gel. So we're going to lay that flat. Once we're done, we're going to go in and put in our wig cap. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my wig cap on. Just make sure that it's secured front and back, and I'm going to put it over my ears, and then I'm going to go in with the hairspray, not exactly on my hairline, but just an inch away from my hairline. You don't want to put it directly on your hairline, guys, because when you take out the wig, it's going to go with your actual hairline. So we're going to put it about an inch away from the hairline, and then I'm going to pop some holes behind my wig cap or my ears, and as you can see, that's going to make space for my wig cap to lay properly. And then I'm going to dry that down. Once that was dried down, I'm going to go ahead with my razor blade, and I'm just going to cut off the excess material. I'm just making sure that all the edges are laid properly, or basically my hairline is laid flat. I'm just gonna go in and cut off any excess material with a pair of scissors just to make sure that it is nice and seamless, and I'm gonna go in with the hair glue just to lay out any parts that might be lifting. So this is a bald cap method, guys, so we have to make sure that it looks bald. I'm just going to dry that down and make sure that it's nice and dry. And once that is dry, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I'm basically going to take a beauty sponge and I'm going to dab over that line on my hairline. That is just to, remove any lines of demarcation and to make it look, nice and seamless, and to make it actually look even as your skin. And then I'm just going to take it just above my actual hairline, just like about an inch. That is where my lace is actually going to sit in. Once I was done, I'm going to go in with some powder just to lock in, that product and make sure that we don't have, any product lay off. I'm just going to go in with a pair of scissors and make sure that everything is seamless, and then I'm going to lock it in with some hairspray to make sure that there is no product transfer. And once I was done, I'm going to then put on my wig. Now I'm just going to comb it properly and make sure that it is even, and make sure that the lace is directly just right over my hairline. You don't want to place it behind the actual hairline. You want to place it just a little bit after the actual hairline. And I'm just going to put some hairspray. And once I was done, I'm just going to lay the wig. So I normally go in with 2 sets. So I spray it the first time and then I let it dry, and then I spray it the second time and then I let it dry, and then I place my wig just to make sure that it is nice and strong, and that my lace does not lift.
Come on, girl, tell me how you feel. I think about you all the time. I see you in my dreams.
So I'm just making sure that all the sides are nice and, tucked in, and we have a very nice and seamless install. So once I was done, I'm going to go ahead and lock that in with my headband, and I'm just going to comb that out with some hairline gel just to make sure that we don't have any flyaways and it is nice and flat. Alright, so I'm now going to go ahead and redefine that middle part line because I feel like it was lost somewhere in transition. So I'm going to go ahead with my concealer and just redefine that line with the edge of my comb, just to make sure that we have a much more natural look. And then once I was done, I'm going to put some powder on top and dab that with my beauty sponge. And now we're going to basically just wait, and once we're done waiting, we're going to take off our headband, and this is basically what we have. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and cut off the lace. So I'm just going to make a middle part with the scissors, and that's just going to allow me some space to maneuver while I cut around. So using a razor blade, I'm just going to very gently and make sure that I don't cut the actual hair but just the lace, and I'm going to cut that part out. Alright, once I was done, so I'm just going to comb that out, and I'm going to put in some more hairspray and lock that in with the hairband just so it's nice and secure and tight. And once that was done, you can see for yourself, guys, it is properly laid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do some edges. I wasn't actually going to, but just for the purpose of the tutorial, why not? So I'm just gonna go ahead and take out, you know, some small hairs in the front. That's just gonna prep for my baby hair. Once I was done, I'm going to cut off, you know, just a little piece, not too much, but you also don't want to have too much hair. So I'm just gonna cut that off with my razor blade, and then I'm going to lay my baby hairs with some gel, put on some spray, and then put on my headband and let that sit.
You in my dreams. You don't know the love is real. Stepping in hotter. Hotter, Anaya. Me stepping in hotter. Hotter, Anaya. I know you gon' like it. I know you gon' like it. I'm stepping up hotter. Hotter, Anaya. I'm stepping up hotter. Hotter, Anaya. So don't you fight it. So don't you fight it.
Guys, this is actually the final reveal. I was actually done with everything and laying off my edges, so I'm just gonna take off my wig cap. And I must say, this was actually the first time doing this install, and I actually knocked it out of the park. I know it's not gonna be, you know, perfect, but for a beginner, I actually knocked this out of the park. I really enjoyed doing this. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know, and if you want to see more tutorials like this, let your sister know, and I'll probably, you know, try and incorporate a little bit more hair tutorials. But I actually really enjoyed doing this, and thank you so much for watching.